What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Too Much Tech. And in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the FinalMouse Starlight-12. This mouse, even though this is the medium size, it's still kind of small, but it is very good. Like, as far as everything else other than the size, this mouse is insanely good. I absolutely had a blast playing with this mouse, and we're going to get into all the details in this video. Also, guys, before we get any further into this video, I want to give a huge shout out to Odin Gaming for sending me over his personal copy of the Starlight-12 for review, the medium size, like I said before. And yeah, this thing is really solid. I'm gonna review it, and then I'm gonna send it to Nacho Customs because he's gonna do something really cool with it. So you guys better follow both Odin Gaming and Nacho Customs on Twitter. I'll leave their links in the description below. And then also check out the Odin Gaming Infinity and Zero Gravity mouse pads. I've been using the Zero Gravity as my main mouse pad for over a year now, and I still love it. So not shilling. Actually, all of the Odin mouse pads, I think maybe he gave me like 2 for free and then 2 for a giveaway, the blue and the pink. I bought, like, I don't know, all the other colors. So I'm not a shill. Relax. I spend my own money on products. It's really not that big of a deal. It's just a mouse pad. But if you want the best mouse pad, then I highly suggest you try them. I've been using it for over a year. Use code TooMuchTech at checkout to support the channel as well. Anyways, back to the Starlight-12. So this one is the medium size. It is quite a bit smaller than like the Razer Viper and the G Pro Superlight. It is definitely noticeably smaller, but it is also noticeably lighter as well. This mouse, on my scale, I've gotten about 49 grams, and obviously it's a bit heavier than you know, like what's stated on the website and whatnot. But for the medium size, I don't think that 49 grams is bad, and I would like to see other larger mice start to hit the 49 gram target and also manage to be wireless, because the difference between a lot of these other mice, they're wireless, but they're all between 60 and 80 grams, which is noticeably heavier. So after using the Starlight-12 for over a week and then trying to swap back to the Superlight and especially the Viper Ultimate, I mean, honestly, the Viper Ultimate kind of feels like a brick now. The Superlight is definitely noticeably heavier, and the Starlight-12 does indeed feel super light. And honestly speaking, I would like to see Logitech redo the Superlight and make it 50 grams. Like, that would be insane. And I really wouldn't have much need for this mouse because I want a bigger one. The biggest problem that I have with this mouse, I'm only going to talk about it once, is just the size. I'm waiting for them to come out with a Starlight L, just a larger version of the mice that they already make. So they'll have a small, a medium, and a large. We really need that large, and they can make it like 50 grams. I don't know how. Maybe use thinner magnesium, I don't know. But if they can make a large mouse 50 grams, that would be insane. And wireless, that would be insane. Because 50 gram large mice we've already seen, like with the wire version of the Pulsar X-Lite. That mouse is only 50 grams with the cable, obviously, but it has a cable. And yes, you can use a mouse bungee, make it feel like the cable doesn't really exist, but it doesn't match the true potential of wireless because you have literally nothing tethering you. Let's go and talk about the specs of the Starlight-12. So this one has the final shape, the final sensor, the final feet, the final clicks, the final side buttons, the final puck, the final paracord. Everything is the final version of what it needs to be. So this is the last mouse that you're ever gonna buy until FinalMouse makes another mouse for you to buy. But all jokes aside, I do know that this mouse uses some Omron switches for the mouse 1 and 2, but I can't remember if it's Omron 20 mils or 50 mils. But there's not really a ton of like accurate information online, and on FinalMouse's site, they don't really tell you exactly what kind of switches that they are. So I assume they're probably similar to the ones in the Ultralight 2. They do feel pretty light and crispy as well, so I have no real issues using these mouse 1 and 2 buttons. But here's a quick sound test of them to see if you like it enough for yourself. As far as the paracord, because we know that this mouse is wireless, but if it dies on you, which the battery life, honestly speaking, is incredibly long, so it probably won't if you're responsible and you charge it like every couple weeks or so. If the mouse dies on you while you're playing and you need to plug it in while you're charging, you absolutely have to use a bungee. Like, the cable that they give you is disgusting. It is gross. It blows. Like, quite frankly, it's terrible. The mouse gates on the Starlight 12 are extremely good. They are very smooth. I don't really see any real reason to swap them out for aftermarket feet, so I don't really think that that is necessary. You can just rock these feet until they wear down, and then you can worry about replacing them. But honestly speaking, these feet are pretty good. I wouldn't say that they're better than the heat-treated PTFE feet on the Rocket mice, but I would say that these are definitely top tier with no need to replace them. So I put them firmly in like the A+ tier. A little bit better than A tier feet, but not as good as something like the Rocket feet. And then just comparing the color between core pads and the feet on the FinalMouse. The feet on the FinalMouse obviously are purely white, where the feet on the core pads are kind of like a creamy-ish, disgusting, translucent color. So yeah, think of that what you will. The scroll wheel is nice and tactile, but it is also very smooth. The side buttons, I do think they would benefit from being just a little bit larger. I would like to see that in the large version of the mice, just maybe extend them a little bit, but I'm sure that naturally, since that mouse would be larger, it would probably happen organically. I really don't have much bad to say about it. Like, it is just a very good mouse. The symmetrical shape, the really nice buttons, the crispy clicks, the nice and easy to press side buttons that, even though they are slightly smaller, I would like to see them a little bit bigger in a larger version of the mouse, but I feel like if the mouse is bigger, it kind of solved that problem anyways. Even though it's made of magnesium, it doesn't necessarily feel too cold to the touch. Like, once it's been in your room and it's at room temperature and whatnot, it doesn't get hot, it doesn't get cold. It feels pretty normal. Like, it doesn't really feel too much different than a plastic mouse, other than the fact that the quality feels a little bit better and the rigidity feels a little bit higher as well. But I don't know, guys. This is a really good product. And let's just say that this mouse was in stock. Could I spend that extra 30 bucks over like a G Pro Superlight and main it? I definitely could, honestly speaking, if there's a bigger one. It would 100% be worth it to buy this mouse over Superlight, over Viper Ultimate, over really any wireless mouse that's in that upper $130, $150 price range. The thing that kind of bothers me a little bit about the Superlight and Viper Ultimate is that the mouse gates, they're sufficient, but they're not what I would say would be good or extremely high quality. Like the mouse case on the FinalMouse, those are A tier, I would say, maybe a little bit higher than A tier. But the thing is, the skates on the G Pro and the Viper Ultimate, these you borderline have to replace after about a month of using them. Like this one, I had to put core pads on it. You know, that's an extra 10 bucks right there, 10, 20 bucks, depending on how many sets you get. Like once you start to add that price, you're getting closer and closer and closer to that Starlight pricing. Obviously, it's irrelevant if the mouse isn't in stock, but hopefully FinalMouse will start to fix that with more drops and more availability and stuff like that. So let's hope and pray that they do fix those issues with more drops and sooner than later, because we all would love to buy one. That's pretty much all I got to say. I have no affiliate links, obviously, because it's sold out, unless you want to buy it on Amazon for a scalped price, which I do not recommend spending $1 million, but yeah. And let's just say that you can't wait to get a Starlight 12. Well, G Pro Superlight is a really good option, and it's only 60 grams. So I'm still going to be maining this, obviously, because I don't have a Starlight 12, and the size works better for me in terms of like long-term play sessions and comfort, which is something that the Starlight 12 doesn't really do for me as much because of the size. So once they make a bigger version, I'm pretty sure that'll fix that. But until they do, and until they're in stock and readily available, my main gaming mouse is still going to be the G Pro Superlight from Logitech. In case any of you guys are asking, I just wanted to include that in the video so that obviously you guys don't ask me, oh my god, what happened to your Starlight 12, bro? I thought you had one. No, it's not mine. I did not buy it because I'm not able to buy it. Well, technically I could buy it, but I'll have to pay a ton of money for it, which I don't want to pay. I just want to pay $189 plus shipping, but we'll see in the future. Hopefully it's available. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel as well. Thank you guys for watching Too Much Tech, and I will see you in the next video. Follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. I'll see you guys in there.